Morning Glory. This is what Morning Glory seed look like. I saw Morning Glory seed by broadcasting them evenly across the soil surface. After that, don't forget to give a very light sprinkle of water. Please keep soil moist until seeds germinate. For me, Morning Glory seeds usually germinate between day 4 to day 7. Morning Glory seed start to germinate. For me, optimal germination temperature for Morning Glory are about 24 degrees Celsius. This is what Morning Glory cultivating look like. When you propagate Morning Glory using seeds, it is common to have some seeds fail to germinate. Morning Glory true leaf emerging. Morning Glory success germination rate depend on seed's quality, seed age, moisture, light, and temperature. For me, on average, Morning Glory seed viability are about 1 year. Morning Glory seed viability is greatly affected by its quality at the time of collection, its treatment between collection, storage, and the conditions in which it is stored. For me, growing temperature for Morning Glory is between 22 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. My minimum temperature when growing Morning Glory is 24 degrees Celsius. My maximum temperature when growing Morning Glory is 33 degrees Celsius. My average humidity when growing Morning Glory are about 86%. I grow my Morning Glory in tropical climate. Morning Glory lifespan in my climate is a perennial. Morning Glory USDA hardiness zones 2 to 8 will be planted as an annual plant. Morning Glory are considered perennial in zones 9 to 11. Morning Glory native distribution are in tropical America. In the United States, it is found naturally in the Central Valley, the Sierra Nevada foothills, and the Central California coast. Morning Glory prefer to grow in tropical, subtropical, monsoonal, temperate climate. Soil I use for growing Morning Glory contain cocoa peat, red burn soil, micro, fine sand, old humus, and charcoal. You can use whatever growing media available to your convenience. As long as you use well-drained soil to grow Morning Glory, you will be fine. Also, if you can, please make sure that your growing media are sterilized and clean. This happens if you don't protect your plant from heavy rain. By choosing sterilized and clean growing media will minimize new seedlings from becoming infected from disease-causing pathogens. Morning Glory prefer to grow in 6 to 6.8 pH. My soil pH when I try to grow Morning Glory are about 7 pH. It is helpful to check the soil pH as different plants thrive in different soil pH ranges. Soil pH is a measure of the acidity or alkalinity in soils. In the pH scale, pH 7.0 is neutral. Below 7.0 pH is acidic and above 7.0 pH is basic or alkaline. Soil pH affects nutrients available for plant growth. In highly acidic soil, aluminum and manganese can become more available and more toxic to plant, while calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium are less available to the plant. For example, soil less than 4.6 pH are too acid for most plants. In highly alkaline soil, phosphorus and most micronutrients become less available. Without an adequate supply of phosphorus, plant growth is diminished, maturity delayed, and yield reduced. At 7.5 pH, iron availability becomes a problem on alkaline soil. In plants' nutrition, iron is required for photosynthesis and chlorophyll synthesis. 8.3 pH and above are too alkaline for most plants to grow. Most plants are grow in 6 to 7.5 pH. You can measure your soil pH by using pH meters. Container size I use for growing Morning Glory. Height 45 centimeters. Width 40 centimeters. You also can grow Morning Glory in bigger container than mine. The bigger the container, the bigger root system will develop and will resulting bigger plant and more flower development. Morning Glory are climber, up to 15 meters long, with typically twining stems, but sometimes adopts a scrambling or creeping growth habit. When growing Morning Glory, please make sure your container have good drainage. Waterlogged container will promote root rot. For me, the advantage for growing in container is gives me more control over sunlight, moisture, and temperature. Morning Glory need at least 6 to 8 hours of full sun to thrive. I put string cloth to train my plant. Morning Glory can be grown from full sun to partial shade location. Morning Glory requires a structure like a trellis, fence, or wall for support, should it be grown as a tall, erect shrub. Morning Glory are propagate by seeds and softwood stem cuttings. When handling Morning Glory seeds, please be cautious since they are toxic to human. Morning Glory seeds also toxic to livestock and should be monitored with the presence of pets. In case of any poison-related emergency in animals, or if you're unsure about the symptoms, it is advised to contact Animal Poison Control Center. It's also wise to keep this plant away from children. In case of any poison-related emergency in human, it is advised to contact your local poison control centers. Morning Glory seeds contain ergoline alkaloids such as the psychedelic ergonovine and ergon LSA. Morning Glory is also known to be allelopathic, meaning having the ability to release chemical substances that inhibits the growth of other species of plants around it. For this growing season, on average, every time I water my plant, water usage are about 1,000 milliliters. Time I water my Morning Glory plant is between 7 to 8 in the morning. If you can, please avoid watering in the evening, since at night, water tends to rest in the soil around the roots, which encourages fungal growth and insects infestation. Overwatering will promote root rot. Always water Morning Glory at the root zone. Don't water from overhead. I do not use any fertilizer when growing my Morning Glory. Morning Glory adult plants aren't as picky about their soil and can tolerate poor, dry conditions. If you see your plant is struggling and want to use fertilizer, please do not overfeed the plant as this will resulting in more leaves and no flower production. Morning Glories require moderately fertile soil to thrive. You can use whatever fertilizer available to your convenience. Please read and follow the instructions carefully before starting using any fertilizers. Morning Glory is the common name for over 1,000 species of flowering plants in the family Convolvulaceae. As the name suggests, Morning Glory flowers unfurl into full bloom in the early morning. Some Morning Glory, such as Ipomoea muricata, Ipomoea alba, and Ipomoea macrorrhiza, are night-blooming flowers. Morning Glory flowers are in cymes, trumpet-shaped, with 5 to 9 centimeters long, up to 11 centimeters in diameter, and today making my plant compact by disentangle the vine. Morning Glory flowers are bisexual flowers. Carefully push down the vine. Bisexual flowers contain both male and female reproductive organs in the same flower. On the other hand, unisexual flowers contain male and female reproductive organs in separate flowers. Morning Glory color varieties available in purple, blue, red, white, pink, and bicolored. Morning Glory do not require pruning but to prevent unwanted self-seeding, Old flowers should be thoroughly removed before they form seed pods. When growing morning glory, you may encounter pests such as spider mites, grasshopper, aphids, leaf miners, and caterpillars. If your place of living have deer, they will eat morning glory leaves and vines, although the seeds are poisonous. When growing morning glory, you may encounter plant disease such as rust, white blister, stem rot, fungal leaf spot, and wilt. Most disease-infected morning glory can be avoided by providing good air circulation and keep soil from soggy condition. Morning glory can be trained to over a pergola or arch and fence. Plant wilt due temperature above 32 degrees Celsius. Morning glory also can be used as a dense ground cover. Golden tortoise beetles, also known as Cheretotella sexpunctata. Morning glory is listed as invasive species in some part of the world, so check with your local authority council before try to grow them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more video.